situation. Well, I mean, that's a story that is on the table there. There have been many requests from many persons saying release Nnamdi Kanu, find a political solution to it, with government playing the ostrich and saying the matter is before the law courts and trying to balance, politics with the judiciary. However, I think that the night of tributes in honor of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah was a solemn occasion. It shouldn't have been converted into an opportunity for comedy of what.
This channel not only feed your eyes with good movies, we also bring you the hottest and the newest trend around the globe. My darlings, sit tight and enjoy this one.
Joining us now is Ojinika Ojiope with stories trending around the world. Hello, Janet.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you this morning? Fantastic. I haven't heard Janet.
Really...
Yeah. Don't worry. Monday was okay. Tuesday was great. Then today, exceptional. What can I say? Mimbai, I love your outfit. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Perfect.
How are you doing? I felt like I had to.
You love it. Rufy on fire. Good morning. How are you this morning? Fantastic. Dr. Abati, you have a special birthday shout out this morning.
No,
please,
today,
let's do it.
November 20
yes.
is a very special day.
Yeah.
The day to wish President Goodluck Jonathan happy birthday on the occasion of his 67th birthday.
Fantastic.
And also today is the 75th birthday of Lady Maiden Ibro, the publisher of the Guardian newspapers, the chairman of Federal Palace Hotel, and we want to wish both of them many more years of service to humanity, to family, to community.
Fantastic.
Congratulations, madam. Congratulations, President Jonathan.
Yes.
And then finally, before I just keep quiet, when Mr. Chief Dan Ulasi was on the program, he referred to late General Mohammed, Chief of Staff to President Obasanjo. Well, Chief General Mohammed is not late.
No, okay.
He's alive.
Great.
We wish him also many more years of grace.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
That was great. Happy birthday to former President Goodluck Jonathan and Made in Ibro. Well, let's begin what's trending with this video showing a major general of the Nigerian army and two other soldiers brutalizing a young couple in Abuja. The couple, Bashima Kerr and Lami Jennifer, were traveling along Gwarimpa and was accused of passing the convoy of the Major General G.S. Mohammed and Corporal A. Abubakar. The couple were reportedly stopped with blaring sirens and brutalized. Let's take a look.
How did I pass your car? How did I pass your car? How did I pass your car? Oh, God. Then what's the That's why he's dragging. My sister, come down. Jesus! Come on, bring this one. Why, somebody?
Well, all right. Thank you, Rufai, for sending me this story and making it go viral, because you did make it go viral. I think these are the sort of stories that we need to bring into the front burner. I did reach out to the army, and I think that they've also put out a tweet. Let us just read that tweet that the army spokesperson wrote on X. He wrote, "The circumstances leading to this incident are not clear at the moment. However, the acting chief of army staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, has ordered the immediate investigation to unravel the true circumstances surrounding this altercation. The Nigerian Army remains committed to serving and protecting all law-abiding Nigerians as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Therefore, we urge the public to be rest assured that due diligence will be applied to reach a logical conclusion on this matter." Signed off by Onyema Nwachukwu. But we did see a petition. And in that petition, there was a detailed summary of how these couple, they're, actually trying to get married, university graduates, and how they were bundled up in a car and taken to the army barracks. They were held for 8 hours. In the petition, they demanded, I believe, 150 million naira for compensation. And I think this happened around November 11th, correct me if I'm wrong. And then they asked for that compensation. Nothing happened. That's when they released the video yesterday.
Truth has to be said. No matter what the army reacts or how they react, that they're going to investigate it, it's not good enough. And it's a sad one for our country.
Unbelievable.
And that's why, despite the fact that we recognize the work the army is doing as regards keeping this country together, things like this are really off-putting. No matter what it's worth, on other citizens, torturing them. The America we so-called learn our democracy for, we don't learn army conduct. I have seen police officer stop military officers in America and get them arrested. In Nigeria, the reverse is the case. Maybe because of our military background. But we cannot afford to resume and return to things like this. So, whatever the case might be, there might have been a skirmish on the highway. But beating them up, and after beating them up, arresting them in the petition, what he also says is that the person there said, you can't release them until I come back. So it was until when that officer came back to the police station, that's when they could release them.
Unfortunate.
So what kind of state are we running? And you can see the videos
I thought it was important to put this out
So
there.
we're going to wait on the army.
Yes.
A petition has been sent there. We're going to wait on the army to investigate. A petition was sent on the 11th. It was received around that time.
They gave them till the 18th. I believe,
Nothing
November. Nothing
was done
Yes.
about it. The army didn't respond. So it was when this video went out that the army now started responding to save face.
No.
We must do better in this country.
Absolutely.
This is not right now.
I don't know the rules of engagement here. Vimbai, I know that you have some knowledge with, the military hierarchy somewhat. I mean, you could hear in that video, the man was saying, how did I pass your car? How did I pass your car? I mean, that's about all we know that happened, really.
You know, OG, when all things are equal, soldiers belong in the barracks. There's a reason why soldiers belong in their barracks unless they are on their special assignment. There's a reason why it's police and other law enforcement agencies that patrol, that manage infractions of the law. There's road traffic safety. There's a number of agencies that are deployed. If there was a skirmish or any infraction that happened on that highway, there are the necessary authorities that it would be responded to. Nobody, and that includes soldiers, just because you're wearing uniform, it doesn't empower you to take the law into your own hands, and not with this excessive use of force. So at this point, it's no longer about who was right and who was wrong, because sometimes they also say that your reaction to a mistake can be a mistake as well. And this is just unfortunate, because like Rufai is saying, there's been, we're managing a PR situation that we just had with the army recently, so we're trying to get through that, and then to have one or two individuals bring the army into disrepute. We have to remember that it should be, under normal circumstances, it should be a great honor to wear uniform.
Absolutely.
It should be.
I thought it was important to highlight the story, and we have the visuals out there. The names on the petition again, I'll repeat for the army to see. Major General G.S. Mohammed, as well as Corporal A. Abubakar, based on the petition. We will follow up on this story. In another development, former governor of Imo State, Senator Rochas Okorocha, on Monday appealed to the federal government to release the detained leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Okorocha made the call during a night of tributes held in honor of the late Ifeanyi Uba at the Nigerian Air Force Conference and Suites in Abuja, saying that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will serve as an honor to the late senator.
Before the death of Iwanyanwu made a plea to Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ezife went to Villa and begged Nigerian nation. Ifeanyi Uba made a statement in the same line. I want to say to you, my brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Senate President, convey this one message on behalf of these Igbos who are seated, that the best way to honor this great young man is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So that the Igbos can go home and reorganize their place. And I know you, Senator Akpabio, that even if you don't want to do it, send this message. For the sake of your wife, who is our daughter, send this message and get us a result. Or else, your wife is not too far from taking back home. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we are particularly happy that you are always coming to associate yourself with things like this. Nigeria still remains very grateful. Thank you, and God bless all of you. My people, my people.
My people, my people. May Ifeanyi's soul rest in peace. Dr. Bati, there was a little bit of comic relief there when he talked about, Akpabio's wife and all of that. I thought that was a good way to just light up the mood there at the ceremony. But also, the main conversation is about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And I wanted to just pull up Omoyele Showore's tweet, which, had been going around for a while, about this couple, Mr. Ifedi and Mrs. Chidi Ifedi Kalista. They said that they have been held hostage since 2021 at Wawa Barrack in Niger State. They were accused of being IPOB members. And, there are several other Nigerians, especially from the southeast, abandoned in this Nigerian army barrack. I wanted to just pull this out so we can have this same conversation about either the release of Nnamdi Kanu and what it means for the people of the southeast.
Okay, number one, the issue about the Showore tweet is that nobody should be detained unduly in Nigeria. The law is very clear, sections 35 and 36. Even when persons may have committed infractions, whether they are members of IPOB or of Oduduwa Republic, the law says that they have rights under the Constitution. To detain somebody from 2021 to date, whether it's by DSS or DMI, is a violation of their fundamental human rights, except there are extenuating circumstances. Even ACJA, the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, does not say that you can detain people indefinitely. That's an abuse. And our security agencies should desist from abusing people's rights. The second point, you mentioned Nnamdi Kanu. Well, that's a story that is on the table there. There have been many requests from many persons saying, release Nnamdi Kanu, find a political solution to it, with government playing the ostrich and saying the matter is before the law courts and trying to balance, politics with the judiciary. However, I think that the night of tributes in honor of Senator Ifeanyi was a solemn occasion. It shouldn't have been converted into an opportunity for commenting of whatever category by whoever, whether in an iberiberistic manner or in any other manner. Because this was a young man who died at 52. He was a newspaperman. He was the publisher of the Authority newspaper. He was a sportsman. He established a football club called Ifeanyi FC. He ran to become governor of Anambra State. He didn't succeed. He ended up as a senator of the Federal Republic on the platform of the Young Progressives Party, YPP. And then he went abroad for surgery in July. The latest we had was that he had died. He was also an employer of labor, not just through the media or also sports. He was also the chairman of Capital Oil and Gas, with filling stations in the downstream sector, creating job opportunities. So his passing is a major loss. And we would like to commiserate with the people of Anambra South, with his wife, Uchenna Uba, and his 5 children, who have lost a major breadwinner. I knew him personally when we were in government. He was very close to the administration. And, he was a very gentle, genial, friendly person, But you see, God knows best.
God knows best.
People will die when they will die. Only God knows when it will be anybody's call time.
You're absolutely right. And, we have photos of Vice President Kashim Shettima, who joined his former colleagues at the Senate on Tuesday to pay glowing tribute to the late Senator Ifeanyi Uba. Shettima said the free spirit of the late lawmaker, who died early this year, broke down political and ethnic barriers. Again, may his soul rest in perfect peace. He died too soon. We'll take another story. A former Director General of the Labour Party's presidential campaign, Doyin Okupe, has faulted the mantra, Nigeria must move from consumption to production, used by Peter Obi during his 2023 presidential campaign, saying that Peter Obi did not have any policy document to back the mantra. Okupe made the comment on Tuesday while assessing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. He argued that Tinubu has a superior policy document compared to his challengers in the 2023 elections. Let's take a look.
As for Peter Obi has not giving any document to Nigerians as to what he was going to do. I can tell you for a fact. All we were saying was that we want to take Nigeria from consumption to production. Good rhetorics, but it's not grounded either in policy development or in principle application. But I never supported Bola Tinubu. He's not my person. We're not in the same party. But in retrospect now, his reform, his agenda, his agenda that he brought, the Renewed Hope agenda, is the most credible document that can address and is addressing the current situation. And you can see it is being meticulously applied.
Well, all right, okay. Releae, let me take some comments before I come to you. Calling Tinubu's reforms credible is a stretch when Nigerians are grappling with soaring inflation and economic hardship. As for Obi, substance over rhetoric, he's shown a track record of delivery with or without your policy document. Another Twitter user there goes, proven economic theories for production don't need to be backed up by any policy document. What Peter Obi is saying is not rocket science. Politicizing simple economic theories is a sign of emptiness and failure. And then last Twitter user there goes, while everyone is entitled to their opinion, it's important to critically analyze the substance of each candidate's agenda. Credibility isn't just about promises, but about practical implementation, consistency, and public accountability. Nigerians need leaders whose policies are clearly documented, viable, and centered on solving the country's pressing challenges, not just rhetoric. Let's focus on assessing all leaders objectively for the good of the nation. Rufy, you're on fire. Over to you.
Well, this politics, Doctor, that's why I can't come into this your political game.
Oh, you can't be a politician.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the temperament for it. You should know me. You should know the things I can do and I can't do by that.
We were just discussing that at Bola.
No, I don't have the temperament for wishy-washy and all of that. No, I'm sorry. Real quickly, this is the same Doyo Kukwe that was running Peter Obi's campaign.
You're watching Nolly Magic TV. My joy is to keep you updated with the latest gist. And your joy should be subscribing to this channel and giving this video a thumbs up, please.
We should ask him what changed. Okay, he's in Tinubu's side now, Abi.
He said he's not in Tinubu's side.
And he said that Tinubu's policy is good.
Yeah.
Tinubu's policy is good. Can't you see how we're enjoying this in the last 18 months?
We are.
We are enjoying the pain of his very good policy. It's very good. The next thing he said Peter Obi didn't have
there was no policy document to back. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to open Peter Obi's manifesto. You can go and also check page 20, where he said, shift emphasis from consumption to production by running a production-centered economy that is driven by an agrarian revolution and export-oriented industrialization. And you can see, and he itemized it there, logistics, blue chip economy, and all of that. So maybe Doyo Kukwe didn't read.
But he was the DG of the campaign. How could he not have seen
maybe he has gone due
happened?
to the alleged, is it corruption allegation or whatever that they said, he was supposed to pay more money. Maybe he had gone that time before they wrote the manifesto.
Before the manifesto, okay.
So you can go and reach page 20 for further studies. Because he also needs to tell us the reason why he left the campaign, why they had to lie. Maybe because he was pending allegations of corruption case and all of that. So you should go and reach page 20. It's here. He wrote it here. I believe him, but I just seen it.
No, I can see
but Rufai, that basic rhetoric though, isn't it just even just in layman
But he documented.
even without
you know why I was
documenting,
particular about this? You know why I laughed when I heard this story? I remember, and I'm not saying this to hold praise for Peter Obi, please. I'm a very factual, empirical human being. Peter Obi was not keen on writing a manifesto. Rufai, was one of those that kept on pushing. Anytime he came for an interview. You remember he would say, it's just a document, they will just write. I said, no. The people deserve a manifesto. You can bear me witness in the interviews. I kept on insisting that there must be a manifesto. I remember particularly. And I read through all the manifestos. I still have what President Tinubu talked about is close to double-digit economic growth. All he wanted to do with agricultural boards and everything. I read Atiku's manifesto. I read all the manifesto letter to letter. That's why I brought it out for Mr. Adoyin. He has written something on this. I can't you don't call this a policy document. It's in page 20.
All right. Well,
I rest my case.
All right. Speaking about President Tinubu's reforms, I mean, he's already been tagged as the traveling president so far. How many foreign trips have you said that he's made so far, Dr. Bati?
Well, it should be 30 now.
3-0.
Yeah, if you add Brazil.
Did you say 3-0? I thought it was 19 last time we were counting.
It was 29 before.
Well, all right.
It's 30
well, all right.
if you add Brazil.
Can I pull
30
up?
now.
Yes.
Well, he's been doing well trying to get reform.
The president is the country's chief foreign policy officer.
Correct.
So he's
Let's
working.
just pull up the picture of the day. So yeah, he's working, absolutely. Let's pull up the picture of the day before we move to our next story. And it's showing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, and Akinwumi Adesina at the G20 leaders meeting in Brazil. I thought that, I should pull this up, talking about his reforms and going around and trying to get more, foreign investments and all of that. Vimbai.
I think it's an absolutely beautiful picture, right? When you look at it, especially once you look at Akinwumi Adesina and Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, they are icons of African excellence. They're not there to represent Nigeria. They're there representing their own unique portfolios, right? Africa Development Bank and World Trade Organization. So, and of course, they are Nigerian. Yes. And what I love is how they carry their Nigerianness with them everywhere they go. Yes. And that has been the most profound thing. Another one is, I know he wasn't there, but Professor Benedict Orama as well. There's some of those people who we say as they are traveling the world on their individual missions, it's beautiful to see how, no matter where you see Madame Okonjo-Iweala, she's always in her attire.
I love it.
And it speaks volumes. It's a message in itself. Yes. So having said that, Nigeria at the G20 summit, listen, I think it was an important outing. Of all the outings we've had, I think this is probably one of the more important ones. So we know that India is the one that facilitated, for Nigeria, for African Union to have a seat, and so Nigeria is there representing African Union. And I believe we backed the pledge against hunger and poverty. And I do hope that with regards to that, I hope that charity will begin at home, because a being power. A being power. I love when you say that. Charity should begin at home. Dr. Bati, I know you have a quick sentence before we move to our next
Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, they both represent what is beautiful about Nigeria. That this country, in spite of whatever problems we may have, is a country of diamonds, of great human talent. And we have persons on the international scene, from NASA to WTO to African Development Bank to Afrexim Bank. We have these superstars representing Nigeria and giving us hope. And ironically, on the occasion of, at a time when there is back and forth by spokespersons attacking President Obasanjo, these are Obasanjo's persons. Okonjo-Iweala was brought into government by President Obasanjo. Akinwumi Adesina is also, as you know, President Obasanjo's adopted son. It's also a thing of joy seeing this photograph, for President Jonathan on the occasion of his 67th birthday. Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, who has now been given an automatic, more or less second term as DG of WTO, was also coordinating Minister of the Economy with President Jonathan. Akinwumi Adesina was Minister of Agriculture. Legacy personalities. I hope that in the future, President Tinubu will also be able to leave behind men of timber and caliber who will have distinguished themselves as public servants, not people quarreling through press releases and making claims that they do not deserve.
You tied that in. Thank you very much. I love the way you put that all together. But I also liked your statement about charity beginning at home. And it takes me to my next story. It's really just about the state of the nation at this moment. In Lagos State, residents tripped out in frustration over the reported epileptic power supply experienced in the Okorocha area of the state. The residents, who are under the Band A consumers category, demanded better services from Ikeja Electric. The protesters say they should be enjoying 20 to 24 hours of power supply daily under the Band A category, but are grappling with only 2-hour daily supply of power. Let's take a look.
We pay for Band A, but we do not have lights. We have been starving. We went from having constant power supply to barely having 2-hour supply daily. It is affecting our businesses. It is affecting our environment. Everywhere is polluted. Everywhere is no longer comfortable. So we are here peacefully to demonstrate the level of discomfort and how unhappy we have felt. So we're here to plead, please, because we have been going and coming to the Ikeja Electric office close to our community, but they have refused to answer us, and that is why we're gathered here this morning. We have jobs that we're doing, we have families at home, and then we left everything out there to come out here to show how displeased we are. So we are pleading as a community, as one, for Ikeja Electric and the appropriate authorities to listen to our cry, to save our community. Akoka has always been a good community, and we want it to remain like that.
Vimbai, I wanted to highlight these people's plight. Very, very important. This Band A saga. I think I live in a building that has that's Band A. And also we experienced this sort of epileptic power supply. This Band A issue, yesterday we talked about cooking gas, and now we are seeing this. I thought it was important to highlight this, so I wish we had time to discuss this, but still in Lagos State. Yes, go ahead.
Lagos State should actually be ahead of all other
Correct,
states when it
and that's
comes
why
to assenting the Electricity Act. So Lagos State House of Assembly needs to do the right thing.
Correct, well said. And still in Lagos State, another story that has been trending is the endorsement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son, Sheyi Tinubu, as the next governor of Lagos State by the coalition of Nigerian youth leaders, a group representing youth organizations across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones. The group highlighted Sheyi Tinubu's potential to build on the foundation laid by his father, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, during his tenure as Lagos State governor. They praised Tinubu's transformational leadership, which elevated Lagos to the center of excellence, and expressed confidence that Sheyi would surpass his father's achievements if elected. Dr. Abati, it's great. This statement was issued on Tuesday.
Quickly, I'll try to be brief because we don't have time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the youths of Nigeria, they say they are a coalition. Well, they say they have a stake in who becomes next governor of Lagos. Let those youths be reminded that these are the same youths who have been told that if they came from anywhere outside Lagos State, if they don't do what the people of Lagos want, they can jump into the lagoon. So, but I don't know what gives them the confidence. Their premises are also suspicious. They are saying that because President Tinubu did well as governor of Lagos, his son too will do well. Well, is it by osmosis that you acquire leadership qualities? That looks very strange to me. They say that it is a time for a young person to be governor of Lagos State. Young people have always been governor of Lagos. Governor Tinubu, as he then was a young man. How old was Babatunde Raji Fashola when he was governor? How old was Ambode? How old is Sanwo-Olu that is there? He's still a young man. He's not even 60 yet. So that argument also falls flat. The only thing that I see is that they say Sheyi Tinubu is very capable, is knowledgeable and all that. Okay, they can say that. They will have to convince us. But we should know that this is not a dynasty. No. This is a democracy.
On, really?
Nigeria is not Equatorial Guinea. Nigeria is not Cameroon. Okay. If they want to propose Sheyi Tinubu, they should do so. But he will be assessed on his own merit.
That's it.
Not on the basis of DNA, which we cannot really push. And finally, I think if President Tinubu wants to make his son governor, this is probably the best time. After all, it's Emilokon. So we can have Emilokon in Abuja and also have Emilokon in Lagos. I rest my case.
All this word that, with due respect, also they are speaking is not a dynasty. It's not a this. They will assess him. It's English you are speaking. You have said it. Your last phrase is Emilokon. Sheyi Tinubu, Your Excellency, sir, welcome to the governorship of Lagos. Orodile Babeni. You too, you will be it. All this what we are talking. it doesn't matter. Election period, they will come now. Before you know, you are governor. So, Governor Seyi Tinubu, Governor Seyi Tinubu of Lagos. That's just, you see, we can deceive ourselves so much. You see, I can talk very comically and all laughter, but I cry for Nigeria because that's what Nigeria has become. Is it only Tinubu that is doing it? What are other politicians that have put their children there? We're talking about one in Edo State that put his child as a commissioner. So if they say it's time for Seyi Tinubu, is it us here? We will just talk. But it's as if there's a fair assembly already. For them to mute this idea, for them to even put it in the public space, it looks like it's going to happen. Did they endorse him in the last election cycle? No.
All right.
It looks like it's going to happen. And conversations are already on. Before you know it, they will just start putting it in our face. So,
all right.
Accept it already. There's nothing you can do about it.
Lagos.
A dynasty,
what do we call it?
Has been formed. It has gone full circle. A Miloko dynasty is already in Lagos. So let's stop deceiving ourselves. I'm a realist to the core.
Well, all right. It's time for Lagos. Let's take the story under entertainment. Nigeria's beauty queen and the first runner-up at the 73rd Miss Universe competition, Chidinma Adesina, returned home on Tuesday to a hero's welcome. Let's take a look at that video capturing the moment. Oh my God! Oh my God! Can we just applaud our beauty queen? Welcome, welcome back home. I mean, this is such a feel-good story. It's so good to have her back home. Welcome back.
And this is her home now, by the way.
Yes, Nigeria. She's going to, I believe she's in Enugu State at the moment.
Oh,
yes,
so she's really home.
She's really home, really. Well, before we end what's trending today, let's highlight two young Nigerian innovators who have distinguished themselves with their invention despite challenges in our Good News report. As many young Nigerians continue to thrive with innovation by creating new products or even improving on existing products despite challenging environment, industry stakeholders and government agencies are encouraged to throw in their support. 18-year-old Khalifa Aminu from Kanu State has created a pair of revolutionary glasses that can help visually impaired people. Aminu had created several things from bomb detectors to automatic water sprays, but his latest product grew from a concern for the blind people in his community. The sensory glasses can help those with sight issues walk safely by themselves. It uses ultrasonic and infrared sensors to detect when objects are near or coming towards the wearer, and then activates an alarm to inform users of incoming objects or persons. Another innovator, 13-year-old Isaac Newton Oluwatobi, who is very passionate about electrical innovation, has built solar panels and solar lights with little resources. In his latest adventure, Isaac built a prototype national grid. Let's take a look.
So Isaac, what did you build?
I built a national grid which is used to generate electricity and power to other communities and states.
Okay.
That's for the powerhouse.
Generation.
Yes. And this is for the transformer where the battery are being stored.
Transformers that store battery.
And the plug.
And the plug. So this was made from batteries and
plugs.
Generates power. Then moves to high tension.
To transfer to distribute the light.
Okay.
To state
supplies.
And community. Yes, sir.
So imagine this is your state. This is Anambra, Imo, Abuja. Okay, so what's your dream?
To become an engineer, an electrical engineer.
Okay. Why not? The power problems we are having in Nigeria, as you can solve it. From what I've said, okay, if he's well trained. So I think any right-thinking Nigerian should support this initiative. All right?
To grow the Nigerian economy.
That's right. That's right. If power is solved, a lot of our problems are solved.
Yes, I'm part of that.
Cheers, bro.
I mean, this is what we need to see. I mean, at this era where we are seeing this epileptic power supply, this young man can solve the problem of Nigeria, and I thought it was important to highlight him so that all these industry stakeholders can go ahead and support these young innovators. I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you for having stayed to the end of this video. You made me really happy. One more thing, click on the notification bell so anytime